Well, hello there, Sagittarius. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your April 2024 General Tarot Reading. We'll take a look at any obstacles on your path and, of course, advice about how to manifest and bring in what it is that your heart is truly desiring. So let's jump into it. Let's see what's on the horizon for you. Mystic Healer, the healing energy flows through you. And Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Really interesting. This energy came up in one of the recent daily readings that I've started to do. So you may, I'll try to find that one and put it at the end of this video. So the Wolf Spirit is that energy of understanding that some of the experiences that you have gone through, okay, with the Mystic Healer here, have helped you to step into the energy of being a healer for other people. So it's kind of like, it's the energy of understanding that life experiences have brought you to the point of being able to see situations, people, life in general in a more spiritual sense. So it's not like, when we go to school, we can have knowledge, right? We can learn knowledge. But with the Wolf Spirit, it's taking knowledge, but combining it with, okay? And knowledge is facts and theories, right? We can read about spiritual, theories or, ideas that different people have. We can do a lot of research. We can learn about it. But wisdom comes when we have to literally walk through those experiences. It allows us to see things from a different perspective. So Sagittarius, I feel like that's where you're coming to this point. And it's so interesting. I know I keep saying it, but that Pluto in Capricorn energy that we have from 2008 until earlier this year, 15 years of you feeling very confined, feeling as if almost the world was against you, okay, may have been that energy of walking through one situation after another, where you were gaining this sense of deeper spiritual wisdom. And now you are to the point where you can, this is beautiful. This is definitely part of your spiritual journey, of this understanding that you can see people and situations in a much different light. So that to me is like past situations. So like you're on this higher level, you've ascended to a higher level. So you understand past situations that may have occurred. And you see them from the more spiritual perspective instead of just the 3D perspective. But there's also this energy where I feel like you are stepping into the ability to help other people on their path, to understand difficult things that they are going through, being able to literally be a teacher, a guide, a light worker, somebody that can help others on their path. And for some of you, that may actually, I feel like it's kind of triggering this energy of is that what I really want for myself? Do I want to step into the energy of being a guide for other people? Because, we all tend to kind of get to that point on our path when we allow ourselves to become the Mystic Healer, to be the wise one. It's kind of like, does that mean that my life... It's hard, Sag, because I feel like part of you is saying, wow, I just ended that Pluto and Capricorn energy, 15 years of being confined, right? So it's kind of like, I just want to, it's like school is out. I want to go on summer vacation and I just want to enjoy my life. And I'm not saying you're not going to enjoy your life if you allow yourself to step into the energy of being a healer for other people, right? It's not that you're not going to enjoy life and that life is going to be a lot more enjoyable, more positive energies are definitely coming into play for you. But it's also about recognizing that part of the journey that you've been through has been to prepare you for this. And that's what I feel like some of you may be kind of feeling like, am I really the wise one? Am I really a healer? And for others of you, you may recognize that you are a healer, but it's kind of like, is that what I want for myself. And of course, you have free will. You get to choose what it is that you want to do on this path, right? You don't have to necessarily step into the energy of being a healer for other people. So for some of you, being a healer, yeah, this is beautiful. For some of you, being a healer for other people means you're starting a spiritual business, or you're embracing what you have learned on your journey and are not afraid to hold back sharing your ideas, your new perceptions of how the world works, right? And it's also kind of an energy of having the courage to stand up for what you know now is a different perspective, a much more healing, more loving energy of the world. Right? Because you could be coming up against people that are just kind of like a little bit in the negative energy. And you can see things from a higher perspective. So in the last 15 years, when Pluto is Capricorn, you may have held yourself back from sharing some of your insight, your wisdom, because it may not have gotten you what you wanted. Now you're understanding, no, wait a minute, I think for some of you, you're allowing yourself to go towards connections that allow you to celebrate in a good way. So finding a soul tribe, other people that see the world the way that you do, now that you've been on this journey of learning through a life experience, through difficult situations. So let's go to the tarot. This is really leading you somewhere beautiful, Sagittarius. You may at this time, because we're still in the midst of eclipse season, right? At this time, you may be kind of like having some breakthroughs, having some insight, having some epiphanies that you are a healer, that there's a new way, a new path that's opening up for you that allows you to step more boldly into sharing your insight and wisdom with other people. And yet at the same time, I feel like some of you are kind of just, it really is that I just want a vacation, right? After 15 years of Pluto in Capricorn, you're just kind of like, I just want a vacation. So, okay, so let's see what your present energy is. Yeah, I feel like, you have the King of Swords here. This is your logic coming in, okay? So you have this beautiful energy of being the divine feminine, being grateful. Like, I honestly feel like you're in this beautiful energy of understanding that all the difficulties that you have encountered on your journey up to this date have allowed you to get into this new higher vibration, right? It's kind of like no longer looking at past experiences, past disappointments, past heartbreak, and looking at it only in a painful way. This is kind of like, oh no, I see the blessings, right? I'm grateful for those experiences, because without those experiences, I wouldn't be a healer. I wouldn't be a spiritual teacher. I wouldn't be a guide for other people. And this is with the divine feminine energy, allowing yourself to be in that loving energy of being able to nurture other people on their path. Now, I want to say for some of you, it could be starting a spiritual business or expanding your spiritual business if you have one, right? For others of you, it's just the way that you show up in your relationships. It's the way that you walk down the street and smile to other people, right? Understanding that we all can share our loving light, our healing energy in different ways with different people, depending on how we want to allow ourselves to share it. But here's the thing. You have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a little bit of that logic, right? Because over that Pluto in Capricorn time, you were just having to, be very logical, perhaps, in some of your decisions. Capricorn is very much of a taskmaster. And the King of Swords is kind of like, is this what I want or not? And cutting things out, right? Or you could feel like you were cut out of certain situations. So it's a little bit of understanding that you may be reverting to a pattern of trying to use your head to make decisions as you move forward. It's about staying in that beautiful divine feminine energy of moving forward in a loving way, of not feeling like you have to a little bit like critique people or situations that are coming onto your path. Like, you don't necessarily have to critique them in an analytical way in order to protect yourself. Like you've been through the ring of fire. You have been through the worst. And understanding that you are on the other side. You are this mystic healer. It's time to enjoy your life, but it's also about no longer holding yourself back from loving other people. And it doesn't mean like totally romantic. It's just allowing your love to flow, your loving light to flow. Yeah, this is a beautiful, like you have a little bit of an energy of Nine of Pentacles, right? Single lady card, but it's also about, it's a junior Queen of Pentacles. That's why I feel like for some of you, you really are stepping into the energy of starting some type of a spiritual business or something, because we have the High Priestess and then we have the Emperor. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine coming together, okay, within yourself in order to build, for a lot of you, I just feel like it's some type of spiritual business, you know, sharing your story, allowing other people to know, right? What it kind of like to help them on their journey, because there's this sense, this strong sense here, Sag, that you graduated, okay? You graduated from something, and our healing journey never ends, but it's kind of like, I feel like you have graduated you have closed out a huge, you know, chapter of healing in your life, and now you are able to move forward in this loving way. Knight of Cups, right? Moving forward in a loving way, sharing your insight, your love, your wisdom to other people. Okay, so let's take a look at your obstacle. And your obstacle is also, you know, your opportunity, thinking about that. So you have the sacred temple. Okay, recognizing you really and truly are a healer for other people. Once again, no matter how you want to allow yourself to share that healing energy with others, it can just be the way that you show up in the world, right? And think about it. I say it can just be, but it's showing up in the world in this bright, positive light. It's not just. It is tremendous. We've all been in that situation where you could be in a meeting at work or something and everybody's in the room and a new person walks into the room, and depending on their energy, it completely changes the energy of everybody else that's already been in the room. If the new person walks in and they're grumpy, right, or they're mad, or they have some negative kind of energy to them, the whole room has an energy that goes down. And if that person walks in, they're cheerful, they're bright, and they're happy to be there, then the energy of the whole room moves up. And so it's kind of like understanding that your energy is truly, it says healing energy flows through you. Understanding that your energy is affecting the people around you. So here's the thing. I think for some of you, your obstacle is that you're kind of wanting a little bit of a hiatus from the spiritual path. And you know, I'm only chuckling because I remember when I was at that point, like I had gone through a tremendous healing chapter, right? And I was like a little bit worn out. That doing that intense healing work is very kind of like draining of our energy, right? It takes a lot of energy to move through and becoming the wise one, right? And so I feel like there's a little bit like you just want to break from it. And you know what? I actually believe that that is kind of a good thing. It's kind of like, don't throw it all away, right? Don't throw it all away. It's kind of like, for a short time, I feel like it's like, go ahead, take that vacation, you know, if you need to, you know, allow yourself a short amount of time, whether that's a week or a month or whatever, to just get back into the joy of life. There's this energy here where you just want to refuel your own energy after kind of like a difficult healing journey. So it kind of is reminding me of like, when I was in college, and at the end of a semester, you would have all those intense finals. So leading up to the final, you'd be cramming at night and you didn't have any fun. It was just, study, study, study. And then you go through the finals and it's so stressful and everything. And you get done with that last final and it's kind of like, whoa, immense relief. It is over. And it is something about, you get done with some difficult project at work or around your house or at school, whatever it is. And it's kind of like, I need a break. And I think that that's what is allowed here. Some of you may be like, I'm not allowed a break, right? Others of you may be like, I want to take a break and never come back. But there is this energy of allowing yourself to kind of celebrate the end of one chapter in your life and really kind of like refueling your energy and getting excited about this next chapter in your life. So I think it's okay to take a little bit of a break. Maybe you want to continue to meditate or maybe journal or, definitely talk to your guides every day, but even say to them, I just need to enjoy life. There is this energy of just wanting to enjoy life for a short amount of time and then saying, you know what, I'll come back to this. I'll come back and I'll step into this healing energy of helping other people on their path. Knowing that by doing that, you're allowing yourself to kind of like refuel so that your energy can be positive, on a consistent basis. All right. So what is your advice? Your advice is this deep knowing. This is your path. That this is what you are meant to do, the honoring path, the deep knowing. This internal knowing that this is your path, but you have the Four of Wands. So for those of you starting a spiritual business, it's success. Four of Wands is celebration, financial success, just the happy family, happy home, like life is good. This is the card, celebration, life is good. And, I think that what you're understanding is that this is a long game, okay? And when you have a long game, okay, or a long game plan, you have to recognize that you do have to replenish yourself. And I feel like that's what your guides are saying to you at this time. It's okay to take a little bit of a break, right? Because we do have to allow ourselves to kind of like refuel. Okay. And it's kind of like go take that vacation, right? Or just have some fun with your friends or whatever it is. It's kind of like, immerse yourself in a project around the house or immerse yourself in a new hobby or something like that. Because when we do that, it does help to replenish our divine feminine energy. And this is the creative energy. This is the loving, the nurturing side of ourselves. And that is what is being highlighted at this time. So I would say, make plans for some vacation or, whatever this is, whatever that may mean to you. It's kind of like allow yourself to take those breaks. I know even on this channel, sometimes I feel like I just have to take a break, right? And it's I feel guilty about it sometimes, but I also recognize that if I don't take the breaks, then it's kind of like I don't have the higher vibration to share through my readings to all of you, right? And it's understanding it is the long game. And in order to go the long term with your healing energy, sharing your insight and wisdom with other people, your loving light, it is about understanding that it is the long game. And I am telling you, this is beautiful energy. You have the Queen of Wands underneath, very much your energy, Sag. Being confident, taking action based on what your heart truly desires. I feel like you're stepping into this bigger, more expansive energy of life and understanding, wow, that Pluto and Capricorn energy is gone. And here you have the sun, right? The sun is shining again. And it's about, okay, how can I keep my light shining? How can I stay in this higher vibration of the sun? How can I allow myself to receive the abundance the universe is trying to bestow upon me? And part of that is understanding that sometimes we do need to allow ourselves to do the deep healing, but then other times we need to allow ourselves to take a vacation, to refuel, to say, hey, I got to go have some fun, because Sag, you are an adventurous energy, right? You enjoy the adventure of life, allowing yourself to be that part of yourself, understanding that you don't have to like overwork yourself in your spirituality. Really interesting energy there. So I'm going to say, I feel like for so many of you, you're on the right path. You're doing the things on a daily basis that help you to have that higher vibration. In this reading, I feel like it's just kind of a confirmation. If you're feeling like it's a kind of like a burden at this time, you know, it's not throwing away the spirituality. For some of you, you may feel like, okay, what they're saying is kind of like a cheat day in a diet, right? You know, there's those diets where like you diet, like you have a special plan, food plan that you're following, and then like one meal or one day a week, you get to cheat and eat whatever you want. It's a little bit about that, because I feel like Sag, for some reason, you may be feeling a little bit confined, okay, because of your spiritual journey, and kind of like starting to wonder if you shouldn't just like quit, right, and do something else. And that's what your spirit guides and angels are here to say. You know, we live on a beautiful planet. There are so many experiences, I think, that you want to have, Sag, that you're feeling perhaps a little bit like your spirituality is holding you back. It's not the beliefs of your spirituality. I think it's the deeper work that you have been doing, right? Or you feel bogged down for some reason. And it's kind of like, yes, I'm going to enjoy life for a little bit. And then it's kind of like your spirituality, not again that it's going to be heavy again, but I think you just have a different viewpoint of it if you allow yourself just a little bit of a break. And I can say that once again, doing, you know, the readings here on YouTube, sometimes I just need a break, and then I come back and I have a higher perspective of it, right? Sometimes we just need to allow ourselves to take a break. Okay, so let's pull your soul truth card, and I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you, Sag. All right, how can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? Yeah, so this is very much that energy, right, of understanding, right, that you know, you have been doing all this work, and maybe there's part of you that feels like, well, I can't stop now, or this is just the way my life is going to be. Understanding, no, you know, you don't have to, you know, there are times to go deep, but there are times to allow yourself to be more playful with it all. Growing our self-love is medicine to this world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, you are able to give the world more grace. Yeah. And I feel like that's where you are. You've gotten to the point where you are the healer. You can give other people grace. But here's the thing. It's time to give yourself a little bit of grace too. All right, Sag, I'm going to leave it there. I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.